What is up, you guys? Always good to see you here on the Mr. Dig channel. You see that cloud behind me? We got some rain coming in, but we're at Atomic Sand today. Terry and I are going to go right around the site, do some future planning, figure out where we're going to go next, all the repairs that we need to do to the dredge. We're just we hit this streak here to where we're just having to spend a ton of money on all of our equipment. We got dozers down, we're renting dozers, so we're going to go around, talk about some ideas if we don't get rained out. Right now, speaking of money, we had to put some new tires on our 972G here. Now these are new to us. These are some used tires that Terry, who's gonna give us our tour in a minute, he's over there in his office. These are some tires that Terry found, and our buddy, also named Terry around here, just got them all buttoned up for us. Terry, what kind of warranty you gonna give me on these old tires here, man?
Oh man, you gotta call the shop for the warranty.
So as I said before, these are some used ones that Terry has brought over here and put on for us. So Terry, how long you been doing tire work, you said? 18 years. So you know your stuff. Yep. Well, I appreciate you knocking this out for us, man. The front ones look okay. They gonna make it a little bit longer, I hope?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
Oh yeah.
Good deal. Yeah, I was telling these tires right here, but these lock rings, man, they sure scare me.
Oh yeah, they something else.
You got a dangerous gig, but I sure do thank you.
No problem.
Coming out and helping us out.
Yeah, we do.
All right, well, I'm gonna call you if they go flat now.
That's right.
Hey, good to meet you, Terry. See you. This is a 972 that I bought years ago. We had it over at the landfill property, but I brought it around here. This is our backup. If our Hyundai goes down or we have to do any service work on the big 980 Hyundai, this is our backup loader. Got a good many hours on it, but this is a pre-def machine, so don't have to worry about her too much. It looks like we better hurry up and jump in the truck, folks, because that storm is a-coming. We'll let Terry be our chauffeur today. Finally got his Chevrolet truck back.
That's good.
So Terry, I ain't gonna blame it all on you, but Terry has had a time with this truck. We've gone through an engine. Which was it first? Transmission? Transmission first, and that was during the worst part of the time it ever could happen, because that was when COVID hit. We couldn't get a transmission, so Terry had no truck for the longest time. And then the motor, not too long ago, went out, but we got a new motor back in there now, so you should have pretty much a rebuilt truck now. We got what, 93,000 miles on her, but she should be good to go now.
Hanging in there now.
Hanging in there like a hair on a biscuit.
There you go.
And if y'all saw the videos in the past, like Terry just said, it's the slide is all but a memory right now. It's kind of sad, Terry. I hate to see her gone.
Yep. It was a good time.
It was a good time. It was fun while it lasted. A lot of damn work went into this thing though. So somebody was asking not too long ago, Terry, if we was gonna do it again. I said, hell no, absolutely not. If somebody wants to beat our record, hey, they got my support.
Exactly.
Y'all go for it. I'm not doing that again. Now we might try to do the world's fastest or something over there in that corner. We're right up there. We got a few ideas I want to share with you guys that Terry and I were just talking about. We're gonna ride up and take a look and see if we can actually make them happen. But if we do anything again, it is not gonna be a 2,914 foot water slide. I can guarantee you that. It's gonna be much shorter, maybe faster, but much shorter.
There's one of the 2 or 3 piles of what's left.
And here's the plastic. You guys were asking what we did with the plastic. Well, there it is right there.
Hey, disposing of it, that's where it's landed right.
Yeah, I hate to say we couldn't reuse very much of it, but just because of the way that we had it in the ditch and had it covered up, there was really no way to recycle it or to reuse it. Unfortunately, I know some of y'all gonna drop a comment in the box below about being wasteful, and yeah, well, it just kind of was. There was really nothing else.
Yeah, I know it happened this time. So.
There was nothing else we could do. We had to get that thing cleaned up and make it disappear before the safety folks showed up. So unfortunately, weren't able to reuse any of the plastic. All right, don't fall off the edge, Terry. I don't feel like going down there and getting you. So guys, what I was talking about a while ago as far as future planning, obviously we got the dredge set up right there. We can't really get up into this bank anymore without a booster pump. And we've got to rebuild the ladder on the dredge. We need another bulldozer. We got a lot of expenses coming up, so that's what Terry and I is trying to plan and just figure out how we want to keep going and what we can afford to do and at what time. Now Terry's got a great idea, because what is killing us right now is backing these dozers all the way up to the top and pushing this material down. And if you missed it in a previous video, the reason we have to do that, one, we don't want a huge shear wall like what we're standing on for the dredge to undercut and it fall down on top of him. That's the main reason, is safety. But then again, we need to incorporate all the different layers of sand in this whole hill slope, and the only way to do that right now efficiently is by taking the dozers and pushing the material down. So Terry's idea, we're going to kind of stage this, I think. And you had what, about 4 cuts?
Yeah.
About 4 different sections. Probably where the little Komatsu is will be section 1. We're going to take the dozer and Trico, dig down, combine all those different layers of sand and push it to the dredge. Hopefully that'll afford us a little bit of time to see exactly how far we can go with the dredge before she just don't have enough pump to then pump material all the way to the plant. At that point, then we have to do a booster pump, or we have to lower the water level and get the dredge down to the sand that's you know, probably we're about 25 feet deep right now, somewhere in there. So we'll have to drop the water level, and it's all that's going to depend on timeline and how much we can get done and how much money we can save up between the time of now and when we get up into this bank and we just physically, the pump just cannot send the material any longer. We'll have to make a decision at that point whether we drop the water level or we go ahead and put us a booster pump somewhere out there on that island to give us that extra oomph to get the sand all the way over to the plant. And Terry, something else I had an idea of, and I know I mentioned it to you already, and I don't know if it's a good one or not, and maybe y'all can drop a comment down below your thoughts. What if we had a monster dozer, D11 or at least a 10, and could just rent it for a month, push that material down here, build you a wall to where the dredge could come in? I don't know if it's a good idea or not. We got to figure out how much exactly that would cost us. It ain't gonna be cheap to rent one of those monster dozers. But
so that's basically what I'm going to try to do right here. Stop where it's coming down in the big Komatsu there.
Right.
And stopping right there, and that would be the edge of this number 1. And we get that red pushed back off, and then when he backs up just past the red, that's the only place that dozer will run, will be from that red to there.
Gotcha.
From that to there, and then this will be brought around with the other dozer.
I follow you.
Pushing it in, and then we'll cut this on down more or less flat.
Yeah.
All the way back to that section, and then hopefully be able to get him in and then just keep stepping back.
Keep stepping it back. I like that idea. And that red that Terry's talking about is that real dark purple kaolin clay-like material over there. It wreaks havoc on the plant. One, it turns Terry's pretty white sand pink and pisses off customers, and 2, it clogs up the plant. It's just a nightmare material to have to deal with. That's why you can see we're trying to use that for reclamation and push that purple material over to the finished section of the mine. But they're doing real good with the 2 dozers, Terry. I mean, y'all moving a hell of a lot of dirt. That's one of the little rental. What's that, a D what? You know off the top of your head?
59.
D59, and then we got a D65 or yeah, D65 Komatsu, kind of working in tandem, trying to get the material down to the dredge. But that's just going to be the deciding factor, is when we do finally get up in there far enough and that pump just says, hey, this ain't happening, we can't pump it any further. That's when we'll have to make the call on either a booster pump or dropping the water level and trying to recover some of the sand that's 25 feet below. But we can drop this whole pond level here just by, can we do it with the pumps we got, or you think we're gonna have to add?
I think with the dredge pump would just be just put more back out to the state.
Gotcha. Okay. So we have a discharge permit where we can discharge water into the local river. Now I forget how it's billions of gallons. We legally can do that, but it's just going to take a few more pumps and a little more time, and then weather comes into play too. And lately, as you can see right there,
It's to be here in just a minute. Right?
Yeah, that's going to be here in just a minute. Weather will play a factor too, as how quickly we can pump the water down and get down to another layer of sand. And then to make matters even more complicated, I heard Mr. Robert, who is the dredge operator, call over the radio a while ago, and that he's going to hit a shelf of clay with his dredge. So that's another contention. We don't know exactly what's down there under the water, whether it be more layers of hard clay or good sand. I'm sure the sand's down there, but we just don't know how far. Terry, we better jump back in the truck, man.
Let's get wet up, please.
It's coming.
You can see it.
It's coming. Oh yeah, that's a wall of water headed this way.
On Branch Road on the other side, we've been seeing all that smoke and stuff.
Yeah.
When they put they already got the pipes and everything stood up, putting a subdivision over there.
No way.
And then they down here on this 80 acres that we never want to get, they got the big wide open 2-track goes sitting there because the bridge has messed them up. But they're going back in there clearing that. I think they're going to put houses.
More houses.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Good gracious, they build everywhere around here.
By doing that, that'll just cut down a lot of wear on them dozers, I believe.
Yeah, because we really wear those undercarriages
It's just
out. That's a long push.
Plus the steepness of it.
Yeah.
The further we get back, so I think the more we can bring the longer runs around and bring them down off of them layers and get it down instead of just straight back and forth, we'll be doing a whole lot better.
I agree with you. I like that idea. We're gonna try it. And talking about all the different construction going on in the CSRA, so that's the Central Savannah River area. That's just where we live. They're putting up houses everywhere, and I don't know how in the world they're getting through Aiken County, getting these permits, because we still do not have power up at what we want to eventually turn into Terry's office. It has been, we're going on a year now, ain't we?
Oh yeah, getting close to
I have been up to the county building, been up there. They just can't seem to get their ducks in a row. They lost a lot of our documents. So yeah, I don't know how these other guys are doing it, but we sure have not had any luck with Aiken County planning. All I want to do is simply turn the power on in my damn little building up there.
That's right.
We even looked into maybe just doing solar, because I can't get them to come out here. Where we left off with last is the assessor's supposed to come out here and give us a street number, and that was 4 months ago. They ain't heard nothing from them. So I don't know how everybody else is doing it, but maybe we need to call them and ask them to pull our permits, because we can't get jack squat done with the local county. Terry, that hill was a lot prettier up there when it had bikini women going down the slip and slide. Yeah. But you know what we do need to do, and we've talked about it a million times, and that's get a trommel screen or the screening plant over here and screen that topsoil up. There's a lot of sellable material in there, but it just always goes back to time and resources and employees, and just trying to make stuff happen just seems to take forever.
Yeah, if we do what I was kind of talking about here, so it just makes a whole lot easier run to come around that way, and if that dozer can stop shoulder to other them,
yeah,
and then get down there on the lower and actually start doing that, get all that tied back in, it'll take several weeks to get it shaped up like you actually need to, but it'll just be a whole lot easier, and we'll get more sand around and out of there too.
Way more efficient.
Yeah. Because
we are wearing some tracks out right now.
Yeah. And then this part we're sitting on, we can come on back to at least when it's straight over here.
Right.
And then we still have enough for reclamation purposes.
Yep. I like it, buddy. Good plan. Now you just got to make it happen.
I know, it ain't true. That's always the fun part. You can really see your rain now.
Yeah, you can. Yep, it's a coming. Be here in about 2 minutes, I'm gonna say. It's coming across the trees as we speak.
Oh, this place is weird. It's where it's this open water and the wind hits it. Sometimes I have seen it come all the way and get right there and just stop and never make it over here.
Really?
It's crazy.
This place has some weird weather.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But I'll tell you one thing, another thing me and Terry's always talked about, this atomic sand mine right here, she don't give up nothing easy. I mean, she makes you work for every ton that's sold out of this site.
No doubt.
I wanted to jump out real quick and show you guys this area right over here by the old 290. Old 290 got a pile of hours on her, but she's still running every single day. This one's been a really good excavator for us. But the idea behind this whole mine site is obviously to mine sand, but when I bought it, it came with a pretty big reclamation liability. So the former owners mined all the way up here and didn't mine as they were supposed to, leaving a 3-to-1 slope. We've got kind of a shear wall. So what we've gotten with the state is okay, we've got this pretty big liability here of the reclamation. So they're going to allow us to experiment with using old concrete, and then of course any type of clean fill that anybody's doing, land clearing or what have you, we can bring it in here and use that material to get our 3-to-1 slope. So what Terry and I was just looking at, and what they've used the 290 here to do, is clear a little bit of a dumping pad, if you will. So when we do get that clean material in, we can bring it in here, dump it, and then use that to push right over the edge. We've got a decent amount of we use some of the red stuff too, since it's not of any value really to us, to go ahead and start the reclamation. But if we can get some clean material in here and some concrete and go ahead and just start wrapping on around that pretty much shear wall, that'll relieve a lot of the stress that I have of the liability of the reclamation of this mine site. Now, Terry's doing it the right way. As you can see now that we're on the other side, he's got a nice slope going down to the dredge. So when we get back all the way to where we have to stop, which is up at the corner in the woods, we'll still have material to make our 3-to-1 slope and be in compliance with the state. Terry, it looks like it might go around us.
It's weird how it does.
It is. There's like a hole kind of opened up right above the mine site, but you can see it's raining right there. It's drizzling a little bit, but this one might miss us.
It just doesn't feel good right now.
Yeah, it don't feel bad.
A little mist blowing.
Yeah, I'm ready for some fall time though. I hate for the days to get shorter, but as hot as it's been lately, man, I'm ready for some cooler weather.
You don't say that, but I definitely am.
Yeah, same here. Cause me and you both hate being cold, but damn if it ain't been hot. Well, daggone Terry, if you wasn't right, that storm got right over to the edge
It just quits.
of the mine site, and it's just put the brakes on. But I'm glad it did, because Terry was just mentioning a pretty cool idea. So all that island out there too is mineable sand, but that whole island is the remnants or the overs coming from the plant, stuff that we're washing off. But the plant has run so inefficient over the years, and all the tailings have piled up out there. So there's mineable sand in there, but it's finer. So Terry's got a great idea of taking the road that we're on right now and incorporating that into the island, right?
Right, yeah.
Because what happens when that dredge, we've tried to get over there in the island and just dredge it as it sits, but the sand is so fine and the dredge, the pump is so powerful, it will start to cavitate. So you've got to have something with some chunkiness, some consistency to it, some coarser sand in order to pump it. So if we save the sand that we're sitting on right now, that's another option that we could do on down the road, is push this sand, tie it into that island. That'll allow the dredge to get in there and effectively, you know, pump that material. As long as we've got enough coarse mixed in with the island, we should be able to pump that to the plant.
Yep, that's it. It just needs some kind of amount of coarseness in it. That fine sand just won't turn, it just sits down.
Right.
It's just harder to push the fine sand without any weight behind it.
Yeah, you would think it would pump that fine sand super easy, but it doesn't. It needs that texture.
Yep.
That consistency, some thickness to it, if you will, to be able to pump it, you know, pump it well over there to the plant. So just another idea. I'm just trying to do some long-term forecasting and planning, and you know, we can plan all day long, but making it happen or how it evolves, it just kind of got to leave that up to the mine site sometimes. And sometimes she dictates what our next move is by you know, who knows what kind of method, whether it just doesn't work, or hey, it sounds great in our head, but then when we actually try it, it doesn't work out. So we kind of let her tell us where we're gonna mine next, but I think that's the plan up there up top, doing those sections that Terry was just talking about. But just thought I would give y'all a little bit of information there. And the other kicker too is we got to figure out how to get all those damn pine trees pulled up off that island. We done racked our brains trying to think of methods to get out there, because it is some kind of soft. Now in the middle you can see Terry has built a road out there on the island, so maybe we could possibly rig up some type of hooking system, get out there with a track hoe, hook it around a couple of those little pine saplings at the same time and pull multiple ones out. But we can't have those roots in there when we do take the dredge, and those roots clog up the pump. But we'll have to see how we do that on down the road. I don't even want to think about that just right now. That's
another nightmare.
That's another nightmare. Well, y'all got some cool stuff coming up here at Atomic Sand. When they build that ladder for the dredge, we're probably gonna do that late fall, early winter, put the new cutter head, so that'll be some great shop content for you guys. And I'll just keep on filming as long as y'all keep watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you don't mind down there. I appreciate you. See ya on the next video.